What's up? How's everybody doing? I have an hour free, so I decided to go live. Obviously, the season went awful, and nothing new. I'm not surprised. Called it from the beginning. Called it for a few years now. The biggest scandal to me this year, honestly, is this. I was so obviously Milan had a semi final a few days ago. They lost, deservedly lost to Bologna. I watched the first half. Milan was playing so bad, I just stopped watching. I started listening to arm wrestling podcasts because watching Milan is a waste of time. It's painful, waste of time, really bad. Poorly trained, team plays really badly. Everything is so discombobulated, disconnected. But the biggest scandal for me was from one of the so-called biggest English Milan YouTubers. So there's some. I'm talking about Kush. So he was having this live, apparently. I didn't know he was having this live. I never watched his stuff. But and it was brought to my attention that some people were commenting on his chat, mentioning Rossoneri TV, etc., etc. So I went and checked it out. I went to see what was going on. It was pretty funny, pretty good stuff. There's some pretty funny comments there regarding RTV and all of that stuff. But at a certain point, Kush said, so he was basically some people in the comments they were accusing Kush of not backing Maldini, blah blah blah, whatever. But at a certain point, Kush said that Maldini was fired from Redbird because he was breaking his relationships with the people there. That's why he was fired. So you have this guy who has been spreading this BS, and he's one of the most popular English YouTubers, and he's spreading total BS. This guy has no clue about what's really going on. I'll tell you this, guys. As someone who speaks Italian, I speak Italian really fluently. Most of the news, sporting news I watch is in Italian. And I'm telling you guys one thing for sure. The English speaking universe is so behind when it comes to to what's going on actually in Italy at the home base in ground zero. The English YouTube universe is completely disconnected. They might as well live in Narnia. It's fantasy land. So Kush thinks that Maldini was fired because Maldini was breaking relationships. Are you telling me? Please tell me this guy is here protecting the management for over Maldini. Is this what it takes to become a famous YouTuber? Is this what it takes? Just complete either be incredibly misinformed or just sell your soul and just spew Redbird propaganda. As Maldini was fired because Maldini is too ambitious for these people. Maldini was fired because Maldini wants to win the Champions League. Maldini wants to build a real team, a real sporting project. These guys don't even want that. Jerry Cardinale literally said that he didn't want anyone with a sporting background in his team. He only wanted people that were savvy in economics. He said that freaking a few months ago. Maldini was fired because Maldini loves Milan. That's why he was fired, not because he was breaking relationship. Maldini was fired because he saw what these guys was doing was completely wrong, and Maldini was trying to fix it the way he did with Elliot. He was trying to circumnavigate all the limitations that they were posing on it, and he did it incredibly. And this Kush guy has even the balls, the gallbladder to mention, oh, but he got some players like Divo Corrigi, um, Divock Origi and CDK. Well, guys, there is no BS in the world that will get every player right. Every single year, every single summer in Serie A, there are 20 different DSs. All those DSs will get five, six, seven players every single year. Those DSs will get players that they weren't supposed to get. This thing about talking about Divock Origi and Maldini, CDK Maldini is propaganda. It's nothing else but propaganda. If you want to judge Maldini because he got Divock Origi, that means you're stupid. That means that you have no business watching football. Switch the TV off. You have no business watching the game if that's what you think. That means that you have no idea, no concept of what he was, the work he was doing, and how he put that team together, but also the day to day work that he was doing with that team. You have no concept. If you even mention, oh my God, he got Divo Origi, he got this guy, he got that guy. Like, what are you talking about? You are the ignorance that is coming from the English YouTubers, guys. It's too much for me. Like, honestly, the English YouTube universe is really embarrassing. Milan universe is really embarrassing. Like these guys have absolutely no clue what's going on in Ground Zero. They have no clue. It's all propaganda. It's all made up. It's all lost in translation. It's literally the telephone game. You guys know what the telephone game is? You know the telephone game. They made the experiment. That's what's going on. It's unbelievable, unbelievable. The things I heard this Kush guy say about Maldini. I didn't even know that he was that. I thought I don't really watch Kush because I don't think his football takes are very good. I think he doesn't. He's not very good when it comes to in-depth football analysis. I don't think many people are that very good, honestly, in the Milan universe, aside from aside from the people I hang out with. That's why I hang out with them. The only reason why I hang out with the people that I hang out with them is because I know that they know what they're talking about. But anyway, aside from that, so I didn't know that this guy lives in complete fantasy. Maldini was fired because he broke his. Maldini never Maldini was fired simply because he's too ambitious for these guys that have no clue what they're doing. Maldini was fired because Redbird, because Jerry Cardinale, when he bought Milan, when he pretended to buy Milan, he had this idea, this project this experiment that he tried him to lose, that he wanted to bring to Milan. And obviously, having someone like Maldini there was important. Boban said it recently. Boban. You know who I will listen to, guys? I will listen to Boban. Boban was there, not to Kush. Kush doesn't know anything. Kush just makes things up. You know what Boban said in his recent interview? Boban said that one of the reasons why they fired Maldini is because they knew that if Maldini was still there, they wouldn't have been able to sell Tonali. That's one of the reasons why they're trying to leave. That's a Boban. That's a Boban. The man that was there in the offices, the man that was there working in Ground Zero. While Kush is whitewashing the situation, said Maldini was fired because he broke relationships. Oh my God, he broke the relation. He offended Fulani. Oh my God, poor Fulani guys. Let's go and hug Fulani. Hugs for Fulani and hugs for Jerry Cardinale, guys. Hugs for Fulani and like what is this guy? Embarrassing, embarrassing. This guy's an embarrassment to Milan. This guy has no clue what he's talking about. He has no clue to what he's talking about. It is such a shame that so many people are getting influenced by this guy, by nonsense. Like this is why, you know, I mean, I get it. It's a facade. The whole YouTube thing is a facade. That's why it's hard for me because I'm real. I can't pretend to do this thing, pretend to be optimistic, pretend to be like everything's gonna be great. Now we got Minkada, Fulani, the geniuses, and they're gonna get Pulisic, they're going to get RLC, they're going to get Musa, Chukwueze, we're going to be the best team in the world. I can't do this shit because I know that these guys are incompetent. I know ever since they fired Maldini and that I did my research, I knew that these guys aren't it. They will never, ever in a million years be able to run a club as big as Milan. No, let me rephrase that. They can run the Milan, but they will run the Milan down to the ground. They will never be able to run a club like Milan should be run, an elite footballing project. They don't have that in their DNA. I knew that. I knew that. You know what was Jerry's best asset, biggest asset? Maldini was his biggest asset. And here you have Kush saying that Maldini was fired because he was breaking his relationships. Maybe there is, maybe he can spin that because maybe there is some truth in that. But ask yourself, if it's even true, why was he breaking those relationships? Why? Guys, if us from the outside aren't happy with how things are being run, because we know that, because some of us that are intelligent enough to see know that this club is being run down to the ground. Imagine how Maldini must have felt because he is someone whose blood is literally in the club's DNA. His father was the first captain to lift the Champions League. His father won Champions League, won trophies won tons of trophies. His son won a trophy. Maldini won tons of trophies. If he wasn't comfortable with how things were being run, yeah, what do you expect? What do you expect? But yeah, to just spin the situation and just say that Maldini was fired because he was so he basically what Kush is doing, he's putting the blame on Maldini. He's trying to divert blame on Jerry and he's really being very kind and generous to Redbird and them all. Disgusting. Now I don't know if he's just ignorant or if he's just playing the role. But I was shocked when I saw that live. I was shocked with the things he was saying. And the thing that he was saying, oh, he mentioned Divock Origi, guys. You know how many players Galliani got wrong and Braida got wrong and Berlusconi? You know how many players they got wrong? You know how many players DSs get wrong? If you analyze DSs just by the players they get wrong, then all DSs are crap. And by the way, I'm hearing that but Redbird they got Pulisic and reindeers, you know. And one thing about Kush, another thing about Kush, but he said, yeah, they got Divock Origi wrong, CDK wrong, but how come he didn't say Mike Maignan was good, Leao was good, Theo was good, Tomori was good, Tonali was good, Benacer was good, Giroud was good, Salamakers was good, and so forth and so on, so on. Kalulu was good, right? What about these guys? Krunic? Krunic was good. Krunic helped the team in that Scudetto. What about all of these guys? Why are you only focusing on Divock Origi and CDK? Dirty guys. Dirty. I'm telling you guys. The enemy is within. The enemy is within. The enemy is within. Absolute dirtiness. Messias, thank you. Messias, thank you. Messias, thank you for reminding me. Maldini was fired because he was an obstacle to their agenda. That's the only reason why he there anymore. Exactly. Like, what is this guy? This is the most popular. This is the most popular AC Milan YouTuber spreading complete BS. It's just incredible. I didn't know what I was expecting. Honestly, I never really listened, paid much attention to what this guy says, especially because he was part of the whole Rocco thing. Nah, nah, nah. It's Narnia, guys. It's Narnia. It's fantasy world. We live in fantasy world. Let me say hi to everybody. What's up, Maitre Yoda? How can I join the audio call? I'll put a link if you want to join. Ciao, Kashavit. Come stiamo? Tutto a posto? Voglio... What's up, Roy? Glad you're back. Yeah, guys, we're going to be doing many more lives soon. We're just waiting for this season to be done with. Also, because good things have come out from this defeat of the Coppa Italia. There's there's Furlani can't hide anymore. Furlani, Jerry, the project, the management, they can't hide anymore. The thing is that they were hiding behind the Supercoppa. They were hiding behind the victories of against Inter, right? They're still trying to put up this facade that they were actually knew what they were doing. But now with the loss of the Coppa Italia, they can't hide anymore. So they've come out, they've said it, it's a failure. Now things need to be done. Things need to be done. So obviously it is a cup that maybe Bologna is a better story. It's a better story. Bologna winning the cup after 50 years. Anyway, it's a cup that doesn't really matter if we win it or not. If we would have won it, sure, another cup in the cabinet, more pedigree. But if we would have won it, guys, I guarantee you, Furlani, Scaroni, Moncada, Jerry Cardinale, Gordon City, these guys would be smiling from ear to ear. They think they were geniuses. They would think they were geniuses. But so it's a very good thing that we actually didn't win this cup because now they can't hide anymore. And they're saying it. They're saying it on TV. Yeah, we failed. We failed. So now that they are saying they failed, let's hope things are gonna be done. Christian school is supposed to, yeah, yeah. And listen, I never really had an issue. I don't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue there right now. But he has no idea what he's talking about. Look, he's a very smart guy. He's very good at talking. He can convince a lot of people the way he talks about his BS, but he doesn't know anything. Man. This he is totally clueless. He has no idea about what happened with Maldini and the management. He has no idea how these people actually think. He has no idea about how these guys actually operate, what they want to do, and he has no idea what Maldini wanted to do. Like he's completely bought into the propaganda. Guys, again, this is another thing. A lot of English speaking fans do not know this, but the Italians ones that pay attention, that every day they're there listening and listening to the people that are there on ground zero. Jerry Cardinale has a female media person in Milano who's there to do media for them, propaganda. Guys, Boban's interview was not posted on the Gazzetta dello Sport. They didn't even mention it on La Gazzetta dello Sport. Why? Hmm. How come Boban's interview was not mentioned on Gazzetta dello Sport? These guys have their network of journalists, of media people that they rely on. I don't know if Kush is bought is one of these guys, but for sure Kush has fallen for their BS. Either he's fallen for their BS or he he is bought and paid for. Well, it's been a while, bro. Good to see you back. We're speaking the true facts like a real Milanista. Yeah, by the way, Milanista 360, Nico had a live recently about traditional fans and non-traditional fans. Guys, check that out. Really good live. He had some really good things to say. Respect. Maldini was fired because of an obstacle to exactly, exactly. Like what? Maldini was fired because yeah, I read this earlier. Spot on, Fabini. Yeah. Where Christian can say this care about my God, he cares about the club. Yeah, I remember. I remember him saying this kind of guys. Jerry does not give to that. You honestly, Jerry cares about Redbird. Redbird. is Jerry's toy. You see, AC Milan was Berlusconi's toy. AC Milan was Berlusconi's toy, but he put all his heart into it. Maldini, Milan is his heart, is his blood. Jerry's heart, blood, toy, whatever you want to call it, is Redbird. AC Milan is just one of the assets that Redbird has that he's using to try and amplify and expand Redbird. He doesn't care about Milan. He doesn't care about champion. He doesn't care about legacy, history. He doesn't even care to do the research. He didn't even know that Fire Maldini would have created. He doesn't even know who Maldini was, this guy. This guy didn't even know who Maldini was. What's up, Kiko? How you doing? What's up, AJ? How you doing, man? Yeah, Milanista 360, for sure. Guys, check him out. Excellent live, the last one I heard about traditional and non-traditional fans. Check out that live. It's really good. Hi, Roy. I've sent an email requesting access to your WhatsApp group. Please take a look when you can. Thanks, by the way. What a disaster this year. All right, man. Where Refinery Media? I haven't checked that email in a while, so I'll check it. I'll look at it. I couldn't write a novel about most of the English pockets in the flip-flops. That's besides lack of knowledge of football to begin with. Yeah, the lack of football knowledge, the lack of understanding what's really going on, and so much gets lost in translation. So much gets lost in translation. I wish there was a way to for this to be better. We have officially entered the banter era. You know, I think this is worse, to be honest with you. Even though in the banter era, listen, the moment Fasone Mirabelli took over the club, I knew it was going to be a show. For the same reason these guys, because these Fasone Mirabelli don't have the ability to inspire a team to be elite, right? You need to have that kind of special something to inspire the way you organize, the way you manage your day to day, the way you manage the club, the infrastructure, all of these things. Fasone Mirabelli weren't it. But these guys, honestly, Rafiq, I think these guys are worse than the banter. I think these guys are worse because these guys are purposely, they are purposely running things down to the ground. Funny thing is, Milan still has some quality players. We're a few players away to be a top team, but that will never happen before is when, yeah. Look, you saw Bologna. Bologna ain't Real Madrid. They ain't Barcelona, but it's a well trained team. It's a well managed team. Everything works perfectly, and that's why they get results. Now, Milan, with the resources Milan has, Milan should be up there with Inter, fighting for the Champions League. Milan has more resources than Inter, actually. Do you understand that, guys? Milan this year had more resources than Inter. Inter's in the final of the Champions League. Milan is what, eighth place? Just lost to Bologna Coppa Italia with more resources. That's crazy. Forza Roma. Now listen, um, the next game is against Roma. I heard that there's a possibility that if, depending where Bologna finish, eighth place might be Conference League. I don't know how true that is, but there is. I heard this possibility that eighth place could be Conference League. So if we finish eighth, we stumble in the Conference League, which I think is really bad, but it's good. It's going to be even more difficult for them. They're going to make a mess. It's going to be even more satisfying to watch these guys fail in the Conference League. Oh my God, it's going to be so satisfying. I cannot wait. There's a clearance sale coming up. Watch it. I've been hearing some very positive things about possible sell. And the other thing is that Kush is saying they will never sell the club. What are you? What? Man, Kush is totally sold. That guy is sold and bought for, paid and bought, whatever. I don't know how you say it. He said, that, "What do you mean they'll never sell? Who? How do you know? How do you know they won't sell the club? If there's pressure to sell, if they don't meet their ROIs, do you know what ROI means? Return on the investment. If they don't meet that, they're going to sell. They're not going to. And if there's a buyer that wants to buy, they didn't buy this club to turn it into the next Real Madrid. They bought this club so he can make some money for Redbird. Yeah, I think there is and listen, as far as the players go, that is definitely going to happen. Guys, Rangers is out. Rangers is with Man City. You can bet on that. Guys, hit the like button. Have United didn't even bother to attend the Copa Finals and into the upper chin. Yeah, that's crazy. Huh? It's crazy how Caballero has completely abstained himself from everything. Yes, right. Keep on cooking, bro. Don't forget to make extra spicy. You can have something. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I didn't know, honestly. I thought he was much more because he has to stay. No, he cares about the state, not the club. He cares about the state. I honestly thought he was a little bit more in tune with what was going on. I didn't know he was so out of touch. He didn't even attend around the 20. That's crazy. Who brought in Ibra that snake? Yeah. So there'll be a big fire sale now. Rangers now, Marian will leave. Cheek, Chukwu will stay back. Just yeah, I think Rangers is gone. I'm seeing that Man City is serious about getting Rangers. I've read reports that Rangers has said yes. He's open to the move. I'll let you guys know what I think about this move in a while. I'll let you know what I think about it in a while. But I'm pretty sure that Man City will pull it off. Theo, apparently they don't want to. They're not even talking complete stonewall there. They're not even talking about potential renewals. There's probably, you know what, Theo probably broke some relationships and they want to fire him. Yeah, that's what's happening. Manyan, also, I'm hearing some things. Yeah, Chuku, the most useless player that has ever existed. Cheeks. What a terrible midfield, guys. My God, our midfield is so bad. And what about Martino's petition he did? How ridiculous is that? Hey, Martino. Martino should have done that petition the day they fired Maldini, not 2 years later. It's easy. It's easy to do it now. But guys, we saw the writing on the wall right away. These guys were going to make a fool out of us. They have embarrassed us. Have embarrassed us. For that petition, I'm good. Yeah, do the petition. I mean, good. Whatever does, whatever can help. To at the end of the day, we fans don't have much influence, but we do collectively. If collectively we show our disdain, we show how we're not satisfied, and we show that we want these guys out of the way. It does do something, but he's 2 years too late. It's too easy now. Of course, they fail objectives, and then you say, what is it? Redbird out. Yeah, it's easy like that, but whatever. Christian Joe, he's all fluff with nice presentations. That's a good analogy. He's all fluff. There's a lot of fluff there. Now, listen. I honestly, I I don't want to go too hard on Kush. I think he's a good guy. He's probably got a good, but he's not very. He's not in tune with what's going on. He has no idea what's going on. This guy lives in another world. He lives in Narnia. He is totally Lord of the Rings, freaking the Mines of Moria, Lord of the Rings. That's where he is. I knew the season is doomed the moment they hired Fonseca. Yeah, that's another one there. Fonseca was such an obvious bad decision. We're not getting a yes, running ball away now. Just watch how he dismantled his team now without Mananta. We're doing big time. They cannot even fathom the impact. Yes, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Um, and listen, I've been paying very close attention to what's going on. I've been listening to a lot of these journalists that are there that are fighting the good fight. They're on our side and they see things very clearly. They're not pretending that everything is going to be okay and they're going to wait and see and all this. No, Fulani has been given a mandate to look for a coach and a DS that stay quiet and say yes. Okay? That's the mandate. The mandate remains Moneyball, algorithm ball, American ball, and whatnot. And the DS and the coach that comes along needs to play along. They have to be yes men. Now, Iglitare apparently is known to be quite the yes man because apparently Lazio Lolito is the boss and Iglitare was Lolito's yes man. While another yes man is Allegri. Allegri is actually he's not called a yes man, and he's a corporatist. The term in Italian is aziendalista. You know, he operates on the mandate of the corporation, so he doesn't care about it. So, guys, watch out for this combo: Iglitare Allegri for next season. Watch out for it. I don't know if it's true or not, but watch out for this combo. Also, how cheap these goons are. They offer a cheaper deal. Yeah, right? Incredible. Incredible. Rangers, the only hope, will also leave. Yeah, he's gone. But I won't say what I think about that sale until it happens. But yeah, it looks like he's going. He's going. What a joke. You keep your best players happy, looking into the Lotterino without it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's how you run a Rafik. That's how you do it. You will renew them in the beginning of the season and then these players will give their all. Instead, by keeping Leao, Magnan in in this uh, this what you call it in this limbo situation, they're not going to perform. Plus a coach that makes no sense. Plus the complete loss of leadership and communication. You put all of these negative things on top of each other. There's no way the team performs. No, no way. Still bullying around Tara Banyan with cheap contract. Yeah. Hey, Strasburg Steve, what's up, brother? How you doing? 1 second, guys. 1 second. Huh? She's downstairs, just waiting for you. They're waiting for you. All right, guys. I gotta go.